What's going on YouTube? This is Tech Energy and I wanted to apologize for my lack of uploads lately. However, I figured I would bring you some Call of Duty Black Ops 1 on the Xbox One. As most of you already know by now, it's become backwards compatible. What? And man, does this game bring back some freaking memories. I also wanted to apologize if you hear me sniffing throughout the video. I'm a little bit sick and just trying to get over that still also. Anyways, so if you don't know Call of Duty Black Ops 1, it is pretty different from the current one, Black Ops 3, but there's some similarities. I don't know. Every person in the game gets the same loadout relatively. You get a primary weapon with one attachment, unless you have Warlord on. You get a secondary with one attachment, and then you get 3 perks, but most of them are pretty standard if you've played any Call of Duty. You got Lightweight, Scavenger, Ghost, Flak Jacket, and Hardline. Nothing too special there. In perk 2, it's a little bit different. You have Harden, which is essentially FMJ, Scout, which is something a little bit different, which allows you to hold your breath longer as a sniper, sleight of hand, quick reload, whatever. And then Warlord, which is kind of weird because it's a perk rather than just using another point to put an attachment on your gun, but it just essentially gives you another attachment for your gun. And then in perk 3 you have Tac Mask, nothing special, Marathon, Ninja, which is essentially Dead Silence, Second Chance, which is kind of cheeky. It's like you drop down, you pull out a handgun before you die. Glad they got rid of that. And then you got Hacker, which is essentially Engineer in the current game. Nothing too special there in the perks. Every player also gets a lethal grenade, either the choice between Frag, Semtex, or Tomahawk, nothing different there. And then you also get a tactical grenade, which you get 2 of on all of them, except for the Willy Pete and the Nova Gas. You have the Willy Pete, which is essentially a smoke grenade. You got Nova Gas, which is something a little bit different. You throw it and it makes a little gas and it hurts the enemies. You got the concussion grenade, nothing too different there. Flashbang, which is pretty standard. And then you have the decoy grenade, which is a little bit different if you haven't seen it before. You throw it and it gives the impression that someone is shooting behind you, like shows up on the little mini map, like there's someone there, but there's really no one there. It's alright, it's kind of cool, I guess. But let me tell you, the tactical grenades in this game are brutal. Like, if you don't have Tac Mask, you are constantly getting flashed and stunned and naded in Nova Gas, and it's kind of annoying. And then every player also gets to choose one piece of equipment. Either the camera spike, which is a little spike you throw on the ground. It's a big camera, really noticeable, and it takes up your mini-map in the top left-hand corner and turns it into, like, what the camera can see. It's kind of cool. I mean, especially if you're playing like Search and Destroy and you like throw a camera spike on the bomb. Not really necessarily useful. I don't know. It was unique and it was cool, and I kind of miss some of these kind of cool things like that. You got the tactical insertion, which I'm glad they got rid of. You slap it down and then you respawn back where you place the tactical insertion at. If you haven't seen those before, those are a little bit different. I'm glad they took this out because honestly it just prevents a lot of boosting and cheating. And you also got the jammer, which is essentially like a portable counter UAV. Pretty cool, again, like something a little bit different that you haven't seen if you haven't played older Call of Duties before. You got the motion sensor, which is a portable UAV, I guess, and then you have the Claymore, which is something they've taken out over the past because they're annoying as fuck. And I mean, they're pretty good, but you know, it's just cool. Anyways, I thought I would just give you a quick brief summary of how this game works if you haven't ever played it before, which I'm sure most of you have. But man, does this game bring back quite a few memories. Like, there's significant difference between this game and the current Call of Duty. Like, this was the standard of Call of Duty prior to like jetpacks and jumping around and wall running. Like this was it. Like, you couldn't double jump. You were just a man on the ground, boots on the ground, one-on-one gunfights. Nothing crazy. People couldn't flank up your butt. Like, it was fun. Something I've noticed that I don't necessarily like about this game is, which, yes, I'm not necessarily a fan of the jetpacks. However, I do feel like it reduces camping quite a bit. Like going back to older Call of Duties, like playing this one brings back good memories, but honestly, it's camp central. Like, you're doing well and there's a kid in a corner, you're gonna die. Like, you can't kill him. You can't flip on him. You're dead. Like, you can't jump out of the way. You're just done. Like, it's kind of annoying. I don't know. Maybe that's just my personal take on the game, but it is annoying to be playing and doing well and then someone's sitting in a corner and then you die because he's in a corner. Anyways, that is about my one downside about this game, is the camping factor. It is there and I don't necessarily like that, and I do feel like jetpacks prevent that a little bit. The last thing I would have to say about this game is it feels quite a bit slower compared to current gen, I guess, current Call of Duty games. Like, the last one, Advanced Warfare, was extremely bad and extremely fast. However, Black Ops 3's new movement style kind of is nice in a way. Like, you can get across the map quickly and you can find and engage in multiple battles, opposed to like one every so often or so. I don't know. I don't know. It's not a bad thing that it's slow, but it's not necessarily a good thing. Anyways, I thought I would just give you guys a head up that this game is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One. If you haven't played it, make sure to go play it. Check it out. Be sure to check out the other videos on screen if you have not seen them yet. Until next time, this has been your host, Tech Energy. I'll catch you later.